Bonjour et bienvenue sur Speak French. Avec moi, je suis Séverine, votre professeure de français. Hi and welcome to Speak French. Avec moi, I am Séverine and I am your French teacher. Did you know that in French, you can wash yourself, dress yourself, and even talk to yourself? That's right. It's all thanks to reflexive verb. It is not as complicated as it sounds, and it can actually be a lot of fun once you get the hang of it. As usual, you will find the transcript on my website, speakfrenchavecmoi.com, so you can find out everything about reflexive verbs. Alors, les verbes réfléchis en français sont des verbes qui sont utilisés lorsque le sujet est également l'objet de l'action. Reflexive verbs in French are verbs that are used when the subject is also the object of the action. This means that the person doing the action is also the person receiving the action. Cela signifie que la personne qui effectue l'action est également la personne qui reçoit l'action. For example, if I say « Je me brosse les dents », it means I'm brushing my teeth. The verb brosser is reflexive because the subject je is also the object me in this sentence. In other words, the action of brushing is being done to oneself. Reflexive verbs in French mostly describe your daily routine. So, par exemple, si je dis « je me brosse les dents », cela signifie « I'm brushing my teeth ». Le verbe « brosser » est réfléchi, car la personne qui effectue l'action est également la personne qui reçoit l'action. En d'autres mots, l'action de se brosser est effectué sur soi-même. Great! So how to use reflexive verbs? Reflexive verbs are usually accompanied by a reflexive pronoun, which indicates who is performing the action on themselves. I know these are a lot of words and a lot of grammar. So some of you said, what is the deal with French verbs saying nous or vous? Well, that's your answer. Reflexive verb. Les verbes réfléchis ou les verbes pronominaux vont toujours commencer avec deux pronoms. So reflexive verbs will always start with two pronouns. All right, that's a good question you might have. Can you tell me again, what is a pronoun? When I say I, or when I say they, or when I say we, that's a pronoun that we use for our subject. When I say me, when I say them, when I say us, that's a pronoun that we use for an object. I know it's a lot of grammar, and I always invite you to grab a book and to review some of your grammar. But I'm going to explain right now. So they always start with je me ou je apostrophe in front of a vowel. Je me. Tu te. Il se. Elle se. Nous, vous. Il se. Elle se. It's gonna come become clearer in 1 minute. I'm going to give you examples and I'm going to give you the most common French reflexive verbs. Ça va? Je sais, aujourd'hui, c'est un peu difficile. I know, today's so difficult, but you can make it. And these verbs are very common in the French language, so you have to know them. How about we take a small break and I'll be right back. On va faire une petite pause et je reviens tout de suite. Are you ready to speak French? Quels sont les verbes les plus communs? What are the most common French reflexive verbs? To wake up, se réveiller, se réveiller. You notice when you state a reflexive verb, you always put se in front of it. Se réveiller, to wake up. To get up, to stand up. Se lever, se lever. To shave, se raser, se raser. To wash up, to wash, se laver, se laver. And again, feel free to go on the website, speakfrenchavecmoi.com. You don't have to sign up for anything. It's free and you can follow with the transcript to help you out. To brush teeth, se brosser les dents. Se brosser les dents. Se brosser les dents. You notice I don't say se brosser mes dents. Remember, the verb is reflexive, so it's always implied that you're brushing your own teeth. You're not brushing someone else's teeth. I hope you understand me on that one. S'habiller with a Y sound. You see it's spelled with an apostrophe and H. You don't pronounce it. S'habiller. To get dressed. S'habiller. Se préparer. To get ready. Se préparer, se get ready. Se reposer, to rest. Se reposer, se reposer. And se coucher, to go to bed. Se coucher. Bien sûr, vous pouvez prendre des notes et arrêter cet épisode pour mieux comprendre. Of course, you can take notes and you can stop this episode at any time to better understand. Let's practice. Of course, I assume that you know at this point how to form the present tense of ER verbs. So I'm just going to refresh your memory very fast. You take the stem of the verb, which is the part before the ER, and you add different endings depending on the subject of the sentence. Now, the endings, and I want to repeat this one more time, you don't pronounce the consonants at the end of French words. Let's try. How would you say in French, she is getting dressed? She is getting dressed. Elle s'habille. Elle s'habille. We are resting. We are resting. Nous nous reposons. Nous nous reposons. You are waking up or you wake up, because in French we don't make a difference. We only have one present tense. All right, so you wake up formal or you are waking up. Vous vous réveillez. And then, of course, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm brushing my teeth. So you might sound more like I'm brushing my teeth because you're brushing your teeth. Je me brosse les dents. Je me brosse les dents. Let's repeat. Elle s'habille. She's getting dressed. Nous nous reposons. We are resting. Vous vous réveillez. You wake up or you're waking up. Je me brosse les dents. I'm brushing my teeth. Of course, there are many more, but now that you've mastered reflexive verbs in French, you can impress all your friends by describing your daily routine in French. Who knew talking about brushing your teeth could be so exciting? Voilà, c'est la fin de cet épisode. Merci beaucoup. I hope I'm being helpful. Feel free to reach out and, of course, feel free to leave 5 stars right in the app so other listeners can find out about the podcast and they can learn French just like you. Merci. Au revoir. À bientôt.